John 12:24 says, I tell you the truth, unless a kernel of wheat is planted in the soil and dies, it remains alone. But its death will produce many new kernels, a plentiful harvest of new lives. John 3:30 says, he must become greater and I must become less. God keeps telling me that, or reminding me that when we act or try to live in our own capacity, we're just exactly like this kernel. We're like this kernel. We could maybe do our extreme best, and maybe your best or my best is like really awesome sometimes. Maybe you're like getting by is so much better than someone else is getting by. But unless we die to ourselves every single day and allow Him to show up in our lives and not ourselves, we're really just one kernel. And it's not until that kernel dies that a harvest comes. It's not until we die to ourselves so that people can see Christ in us that we will truly make a difference. So I feel like God tells me a lot of that on Sunday, because I feel like I'm just running around doing a bunch of random things sometimes. But God reminds me, nope, it's not about you. It's not about any of us. It's about Him, and it's about furthering His kingdom. So I think it's a good thing for us to remember every single day and every single Sunday to wake up and to remind ourselves, it's not about me. I'm dying to myself today so that I can make more kernels. I saw a really cool picture of this yesterday that I want to share. I'm not going to share any names because they're here. But yesterday, I sent a text, or a couple days ago, I sent a text asking for a sub. You all know me well, that this happens a lot, okay? Maybe you have gotten one of these texts and you have a similar feeling where a cringe feeling comes over you. I have this effect on people. I love my job. So, anyway, this happened, okay? And I didn't know that this was happening, but the cringe feeling, was coming over them. And I said, you know what, is there any way that you can sub? And she said, oh, sure. So I was like, this is amazing, this is great. And I didn't find out till yesterday she was secretly saying, no, not tomorrow, I hate slime. Like, I hate slime. And she decided in that moment to die to herself. And she said, you know what, Lord, if you want me to make slime, I'll make slime. And she did, and God showed up in such a huge way in that classroom and in her life and in so many of the lives. It really blew me away. It really touched me. And I just thought, especially since God has kind of been teaching me that, I thought, that is why we have to die to ourselves. Because she probably, even if she would have done it, she probably could have showed up and gone through the motions and been like, and still been one really cool kernel. But she decided not to, and she decided to die and affected so many kernels.